Well, I am live, and I'm hoping people were notified that I am live. And we will see what happens if people get notified I am live. This I do not know. DW Exotics, you're in the house tonight. Missed you the last 2 days, buddy. Or at least one. Not the day before, but missed you yesterday in the live. Hey, Slash, what's up, buddy? I hope you two were smart enough to go out and do your constitutional right and go vote today. Very important to go vote. Where am I at? Right here, right here, right here. There. You're a non-voter. Why are you a non-voter? Then you can never, if you don't vote, DW, you can never, ever, ever complain about one thing that anybody does that's in charge. Hey, Justin, what's up? No, I never said my vote matters. But at least if I vote, I feel that I can complain about things that they do. Just saying. And I've seen a vote here on a state level come down to 2 votes. So yeah, kind of your vote does count if them 2 people didn't go out and vote. If 3 people didn't go out and vote, it would have went the other way. So it does matter. No, you can't complain if you didn't vote. I have to disagree because if you don't vote, you have no right to complain about anything because you didn't go out and try to change anything. Andy, Reagan, what's up? How you doing? How was your day today, Reagan? I hope it was a good one. Even in Texas, where you're from, you get to a county level, your vote would count. And in Philadelphia, it came down to neighborhoods and stuff like that. So Justin. I could see you're the type of guy that no matter what answer I give, you're going to turn it around and go just the opposite. But whatever. You're allowed to your opinion. We live in a free country. You can do any kind of opinion you want. Oh my God, 2 snakes. Yeah. So what did you think of them, Reagan? You got to tell me. I hope you did a video or something so I can at least see it. Your face, your reaction. The little one, kind of cute, isn't it? The little one. Yes, Justin. Did you get your snake? I'm glad you like them. The little one is a possible red stripe, possible bandit, or something like that. I placed an order. I'm gonna tell you where I got them from. I placed an order for these snakes. They came, and the person threw them 2 in the box, and I have no use for them whatsoever. As you see, the one has that curled tail that you can't breed. So I just had I had no need to have them in my projects or anything other than educational purposes, and I'll just educate with what I have. No. The little one is a red gene, banded red gene. Nope, just a blackhead and a branded red gene. So I figured I would send them to you. No pastel whatsoever. It shed this morning, though. Yesterday morning. And they're both females. It said on the bag what they were. I'm glad you like her. If you look at the bags they came in, it's written on there what they are. Oh, that's right. You're putting a whole video together for Thursday, right, Justin? Is that what you're doing? Very good. I can't wait to see it. I got yellow bellies in my collection. I need to get gravels. That's what I need. Oh, that'll be cool to see. What kind of restrictions are you on, Reagan? Because you got in trouble? I thought your mom yesterday said you could do one for today. Just today. Yeah, but yesterday in the live stream, she said she could do one today. I don't know. Yes, in school. Okay. I got you. You need an asphalt? Yeah. Asphalt's very um it's a good gene to have. Yeah, that happens sometimes, Reagan. It's all I don't know what you did. I'm not going to say it's all good, but hang in there. Everything will work out in the end. James, how are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Man, what's up, buddy? Oh, my knee hurts. What's north slash? I'm going to say Washington, Canada, North Pole. Oh, man. Long day, my uncle. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at what Reagan had said there, and I'm sorry, man. That really sucks. Was it unexpected, or was he sick or anything? What exactly do you plan to pair with the Spectre, Blackballed? Blackballed, I'm sorry, man. At least he's not sick anymore. I don't know if that, that might not be the right thing to say. Mm-hmm. I'm sure with that one, Jeff, he's going to say Mexico, the Rio Grande River, South America, Central America, South Pole. We'll let your family know that we're sorry that for your loss. You'll see how my day was in tomorrow's vlog if you have time to watch it. Okay, Reagan, there's no need to be sorry. We understand there's rules you have to follow, and if you break them, you get in trouble, and then you lose privileges. That's totally understandable, Reagan. Your mom's is trying to do the best for you. That's all. Yeah, Slash, why would you ask him that question? It was the Dallas Cowboys. Come on. Thank you, man. Just joking with you, DW. Just joking, buddy. I got to bust your chops somehow, man. I get into trouble all the time, too, and Becky grounds me. See, here's the deal, Reagan. Your mom's only strict because she's looking out for your best interests. So it's part of growing up. That is true, Jeff. Extremely strong women. So is my mother. When I was a kid, I lived in Philadelphia, and down the corner, there was a magic shop down the corner from my house. You know, I don't know if you ever seen pictures of Philadelphia. They're all row homes. Magic shop. My brother went in there about a week before, and he bought himself this magic trick, and I saw this pretty cool looking trick. It was a rubber cigar that was a squirt gun, and you could squirt it and hit people. So I was about 4 years old, maybe 4 or 5. My mother ran into the bathroom, and the magic trick was like that cigar was a quarter. I took a quarter and I ran down there real quick. I gave it to the guy. I bought the cigar. I ran all the way home real quick before my mom even realized I was out and back. But she looked down on the counter and asked, "What happened to my quarter that was sitting here?" Well, Reagan, let me tell you, it was the last time I ever took anything without permission like that. I got in so much trouble. Whew. Never did it again. But I was 4, so, you know, taught me a lesson. You never take anything that's not yours. Congratulations, Jennifer. Good luck keeping it as a undefeated team. Tone, what is up? Jennifer is in the house too. And I'm sure you will. She's going to influence enough into you for you to understand that, you know, I'm sure you will. Yeah, Slash is always on the phone with me. I'm speeding. I got a ticket. What is that, Jennifer? What is the more great good news? Slash Master does rock, Reagan. Yes. Well, congratulations, Jennifer. Congratulations, Gage, if you happen to be watching this. Next time we go out, I'm going to get a warhead of some sort and challenge you. No, you know what? Gage, if you're watching, I want you to go get yourself a toxic waste candy, the yellow one, and do a video of it eating it, and I'll do a video eating mine, okay? Then we'll see who the big honcho is around here. I will find out where Andrew bought one at if you can't find one. And if I find them, I'll send you one. And then I'll save mine. And that way we can do it. Is that okay with you, Jennifer? I will be looking. Man, truly sorry for your loss. See you tomorrow. Thank you for stopping in. And let your family know that you're in our thoughts, okay? Donkey Kong is cool. I love Donkey Kong. Also like Super Mario Brothers. Yes, just like Justin here said, if you need anything, reach out. If we can help you, we'll do it. So, what would anybody like to talk about? Is there any subjects people would want to talk about? Anybody got a question they want to ask? Anybody got a comment? Oh, we'll watch we'll watch out for it. Day 10. I am sure I will, Reagan, because I have total confidence in her. I think she's going to accomplish it. Muffins? Yes, Ed. Oh, and Ed, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to call you back. But yes, muffins. Yep, one day at a time. Well, see, Jeff, here's my answer to that. I have to agree with Blackballed on this one. Closed sides, less stressful for the animal because they don't see stuff going on around them. It retains heat a little better and humidity a little better. But and open sides are good if you're going to do ambient heat temperature so the heat can really get in there. But I still think closed sides are better because then the animal does. I mean, you could have them gray tubs, but if you have clear tubs, closed sides are better. Why do you like open side, Jennifer? I like closed sides too, but all my stuff is open sides, but I prefer closed side. And when I get my next racks, they're going to be closed sides for sure. Unless I buy something with unless I get one with the gray tubs. Why would Slash get naked on the side of the road, DW? Oh, you mean getting sprayed by the sewer? Yeah, I definitely would have got undressed myself. That's true. The Slash does what the Slash wants. Yeah, that's true, Jennifer. But sometimes I find I have ones that will not breed if if they see you. So I still like to have the closed tubs and check them. Stevie, how you doing, buddy? How are you doing tonight, Stevie? Yeah, Tone, I feel that the like button can only go to 5 or 6, and then it's tapped out. I think that 7, I think it's 7 now, but I think it gets tapped out at a certain number and just stops working. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's okay if you hit the dislike button. If there's a dislike on this one, DW, I will dislike every one of your videos. Nah, just kidding you. I would never do that. I'm not like that. I have no reason to do it. Yeah. Did you see the? Oh, I was talking about them. Did you see them little Wi-Fi cameras that are about an inch across? They're just like, and you could Velcro them into the tub, and then you'd be able to see. Justin, did you see those yet? Yeah, I don't leave an animal alone when I drop a live one in there. I sit right there. Did you? What did you get there, Stevie? I got a picture for you, Justin, that will help you decide. I believe I still got the picture in here. Maybe I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Can you see it? Let me see if you can get it. Ooh, they're little mini Wi-Fi cameras. That's it. They're about the size of a quarter, maybe. And you can Velcro it on the back. It runs on battery, and you can hook it right to your phone. You can constantly record for you onto your phone or record to wherever you want. Yeah, the jumbos can do a big disaster because the jumbos have some pretty big. Um, they could do a number. Yep. Truck stop restroom camera. That's hilarious. Steve, how you doing for the balls? How you doing, buddy?
What do you mean? You're live for 2 hours sometimes. He goes, I wonder if YouTube allows you to go live 30 times. Oh, I get it.
I don't know. We could try it if you wanted to see if we get you up there. I don't know. You could try it.
Fix your Patreon link, by the way. I meant to tell you that. On your link, it takes you to create your own page. I meant to tell you that earlier.
Oh, okay. Tone, I will fix that. I can fix that. As a matter of fact, right now, Tone. I'm glad you pointed that out to me, buddy, because I had no idea. So while I'm doing this, you guys can see me, but talk to each other, I guess, until I get right back. Let me see what's going on here. I'll tell you in 1 second. Here we go. I wonder if we can fix this. Can you guys tell me if this link works? Let me know what happens. If somebody would be willing to check it out. Yes, Ed, you've been working hard lately. Well, that's cool, Jennifer. Yeah, DW, that's an actual very good point, but you would have to watch because I've opened up a tub, dropped one in, and it jumped out and took off, and I had to set up a trap to catch it. That link works. Okay, thank you. Now I have to go back and fix the link. In here. As long as that link works, I'm good. One second, guys. There we go. Now I have to go back and fix it in a couple other places too, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But at least from this point forward, I have it fixed. Yeah, it was super fast, DW. I mean, I dropped it in and I set the thing on top so I could see it. I did something and it didn't grab it right away. So I was going to just take it and throw it in another one. And I would come back. When I opened it, that thing flew through the air. It was hilarious. But I caught it. Yeah, it's just easier to drop stuff in. But anyway, everybody, that was the link to my Patreon. Go check it out. I'm going to be doing giveaways on there and things like that. What are you talking about? $50? Give me money. Yeah. Oh no, there's extra stuff on all of that. You will get extras. Yeah, see, tier one, you'll get it's $5. I don't have a $1 tier one on here. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, plus you're talking about yours, the way you want to set yours up. Everything from tier one. I see what you did. Okay. You were talking about yours. I apologize. I got you. I got you. I was like, wait a minute. That ain't what I had on here. uh, yeah, so nothing. Yeah, I would have got up and kicked David's ass because I don't play that game. And I don't mean to curse ever, but I set my heat tape, Jeff, at 86 to 87 degrees for a hot spot because I make the ambient room temperature about 84, 83, 84. But some people set it at 88 to 90, which is good also. But I have my temperature set a certain way. That's the way I like it. It works best for me with my room, the way I have everything set up. And that's true. It depends on also where you put your probe. You put your probe at the bottom, things at the top are going to be hotter than things at the bottom. It depends on how many racks you got too, how many tubs you got in a rack. And then that's true too. It depends on if you have it directly on a heat tape or inside. Yeah, I also shoot temps with the temp gun in the back of the tubs. So I try to make sure that it's set at like 86, 87. I'm different than a lot of people with my stuff. A lot of people like it warmer than that, but that's what I have it set at. Yes. And then it also, even the lower tubs will still be a different temperature. They all vary a little bit. Yes, I have to agree with that too. I do that on the one rack. I have it taped directly onto the tape itself. Thank you, Tone. A lot of people put it in one of the tubs, and I find if you put it in one of the tubs, sometimes you can't use that tub because the probe isn't long enough to be pulled out, and I would rather have the space and have it taped directly to the heat tape or right to the source instead of wasting the tub. That's just how I do things. And then, of course, everybody's different. Everybody does everything differently then, And then you have to figure out what works best for you, the fluctuations in your room temperature and everything. LKB, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Steve, you ever say what kind of snake you got?
Stevie, did you ever say what kind of snake you got at the auction tonight, or whatever it was from, or the one you bought from IDR? I didn't hear you say it. Well, I didn't hear you. I didn't read what you had put. I apologize. It might have been when I was trying to fix my Patreon page. My quarantine room is in a separate room, and when I have everything up and running correctly, it'll be in a separate building completely, my quarantine. And then the quarantine will have separate rooms. So if I have things that are getting ready to come out of quarantine, I can have in one room, and the new stuff will go into a different quarantine area completely. Yellow belly, 50% possible het for pied. Female or male? I hope you had a good day at work. Okay, B. Yeah, that's why I said I'm going to have separate areas. Separate buildings completely. Male. Very good. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. What are you talking about? Yeah, the Lethal Weapon there, Jeff. The first one was the best one. It was Christmas when they were selling Christmas trees. I love that movie. Well, I hope you can get your heat tape. Yeah. Justin, I agree with you. That's why when I get this other one over here up and running and I have all my animals over there, I will have a quarantine room over here, which is in a room. But when I quarantine, I'm very, how could I put it, anal about it. I mean, I check the snake every day. I got an eye loop, a jeweler's eye loop, and I look between the little folds underneath the chin every day. I check the eyes, around the eyes every day. Heat pits, nostrils every day for mites. I check everything every day for mites. I treat them for mites the first day, and then I'll treat them again in about a week or so. And then I clean the tub every other day just to keep on top of it all. Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. What I worry about is other things, not just mites. Mites is probably one of the not going to say the least things to worry about, but there's other things you have to watch. Almost there. You guys are little spring chickens. Jeez. Yes. You have to treat everything too to prevent. That's true also. And, RI is very treatable. James, thank you for stopping in, buddy. You have a great night.
I quote Jeff, don't listen to half the crap these guys are saying in the comments. You can ask Andy or me.
True. And Tone, back in the day, there were mites were bad. Now, back in the day, they had these things called no pest strips. They still have these no pest strips, but back then they were really, really potent no pest strips. Most people would hang them in their reptile room, and it would really work on preventing mites. But the no pest strips that they have today, I don't think they work the same as they used to, because they changed it because they found out no pest strips cause cancer. And then people in California, if it causes cancer there, they can't have it on the market. It's crazy. Prevenamite? Why? He wipes them down with prevenamite? I don't think you're supposed to use prevenamite directly on the animal itself. I don't use prevenamite. I use other things, but I don't know if I couldn't tell you. I've never used prevenamite because I've used other things. I don't know if you're supposed to apply prevenamite directly to a reptile. Reptile spray, the squirt bottle that you just like that, you could put on them. You can use Frontline Plus for dogs and cats directly on the reptile, but I don't think you can spray the animal directly with prevenamite. It would probably do them a lot of harm. Yes, secondhand smoke is bad for kids and your pets and anyone else around you. House of Inverts, how are you doing, buddy? Yes, I've seen that on there, and that's really good stuff, except people like House of Inverts and myself can't have that kind of spray around our tarantula collection because it would die. Because a mite is an arachnid, basically. Yeah. Yeah, you can buy that and spray it directly on reptile spray directly on the snake and wipe it off. Wipe it down with it. In a different, yes, I agree. Different house completely. I have it in different rooms, of course. Okay. You had me worried there, Jennifer. I think if you spray Prevenamite directly on the snake, I think it would kill it. That's just my opinion. I've never used this stuff, so I couldn't tell you. No, you can't get it in her eyes. No. But you could spray it on a like a paper towel and wipe their head down. Just don't get it in her eyes. Yeah, I know that stuff is strong. I know. No, Tone, it's not. It's not. Oh, Dove. I was thinking Dawn. I don't know. I never used Dove. I don't know what's in it. I know Dawn is fine because Dawn they use on animals when they get oil spills on them. So Dawn is good. Oh, you meant Dawn. Okay, yeah, Dawn is fine. They put Dawn in the ocean to clean up oil spills. They put it on rocks. They spray the shores with it to kill up oil. They spray down ducks and geese and birds and everything with it. Penguins. Dawn is safe. Yeah. I do the same thing with the jeweler's loop. I don't know if I have a really good jeweler's loop, and that's what I do. I check every bit of the body for them every day. Watered down blue solution is probably chlorhexidine. That's what I use to clean the tubs. I'm going to tell you even if there's stuff stuck in the tub, you hit it with the chlorhexidine, you leave it set a second, it'll come right out. Chlorhexidine is the ultimate cleaner. I buy that stuff by the gallons. Yeah, chlorhexidine would probably do just as good as your Lysol and your Dawn soap. Would probably be cheaper because a gallon of chlorhexidine, you use 1 ounce of the chlorhexidine, the pure chlorhexidine, in a gallon of water. 1 ounce, and then you pour that gallon of water into spray bottles and use the spray bottles. Yeah, chlorhexidine is safe for any animal external use. Yep, you can get it on Amazon for like $12. Yep. Yeah, chlorhexidine. That's what I use. That is the stuff. Isn't chlorhexidine if you go to get a haircut? Isn't chlorhexidine the blue solution that they put all the combs in? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yep. I use it in the gecko cages too. Once except during breeding season, because breeding season, a male, when you put a male in with a female, he will scent up the tub. And if you cleaned it with chlorhexidine every time you cleaned it, the male gecko will just spend a lot of his time scenting the tub up again. So that at that time, I only do a really good cleaning once every 2 weeks during breeding season on the female cages. Yeah, I'm gonna start checking that out. Are you gonna carry stuff like chlorhexidine there, Steve? All right, Steve. See you later, buddy. Have a good night. What does she want you to ask me about it? What do you want to know about the dry crested gecko food? Oh, very good, Steve. Because then instead of buying other places, I'll come to your site and start buying stuff for sure. It is fine to put water in it because that's what you're supposed to do with crested gecko food. My nose itches, man. The powdered crested gecko food, you put water in, it turns into like a paste. Not like a paste, but like baby food consistency. You can even eat it and taste it. But the deal is when you put it in there, now this is what a lot of people do. When you put it in there, you have to take it out every day and change it if you put liquid in it. Yeah, no, you put the liquid in it, you make it like a soup consistency. You pour it in a little bowl and you put it in there. Yeah. That's what I used to do. Now, I've seen a lot of the bigger breeders take it and put it in there dry. Then the gecko will go over and just eat it dry. That way they're not constantly changing it out. When you got tens of thousands of these things, that's what they'll do. They'll put a whole bunch of dry powder food in there and change it out like once a week or something, or once every 2 weeks, or when it's gone. But I know when you had like one or two, I used to mix it, dump it in. You could put the remainder of what you don't use in the refrigerator and then change out the food every day. Works just fine. That's true. Why? What are you asking? Why? I must be lost. I'm lost somewhere here in the conversation. Throw away a good candy. I don't know what you're talking about. I am lost. Oh, Baby Ruth has nuts. Yes, I guess that's what you guys are talking about. I was still talking about the crested gecko food. That's what confused me. I missed something along the way. I got to put this dog out, guys. So give me 1 minute. You guys talk amongst yourself. I will be back. The live stream is not dead. Make sure everybody knows that the live stream is still going on. Hold on, guys. Come on, Leo. Let's go, boy. I have to definitely let the dog back in a minute. I don't think I'd want a ferret anyway. When I ran a pet store, ferrets were trouble. And the reason they only have ferrets is because there's probably a endangered species of ferret. There's a ferret in North Dakota here that's endangered. They let you have ferrets, but you guys can't have hedgehogs there? That's interesting. You can't have skunks here, but we can definitely have hedgehogs. We can have a groundhog as a pet too. Go figure that one out. Groundhogs can carry bubonic plague. Oh, see, okay. You were talking about that the other day, Justin. And that's kind of a weird thing. If it's not on the banned list, you could have it as long as it's on the allowed list. And if it's not on the allowed list, you can't have it either. So that's kind of strange. It's kind of a strange California law. Do you live in California? Reagan, you need to go to the state representative and tell them that you want to add animals to the allowed list. They're not on the not allowed list. You want to make sure that you can have them and have them put on the allowed list. Hold on a minute. Dog wants in. Let me ask you something, if you don't mind. Jennifer, what did you mean by really, Andy? Excuse me, I got this funky cold coming, I think. Oh, you're from San Diego. That's right. I remember you saying that before. I remember you saying you lived in California. You're from California. Very good. I can't wait to see it, Tone. Oh, yeah. Laws are stupid state to state. North Dakota, you can't own a skunk. Can't own foxes. And then there's rules against owning buffalo, certain things, the diseases that cattle can get. The reason for the skunk laws is because of rabies. And if you have skunks that are raised in captivity chances of having rabies if you get it shots or something. It's illegal not to drink milk. What if you're lactose intolerant? Are you going to jail? Groundhogs? Yes, major carriers of bubonic plague. They had a case here a couple of years ago, and it was because they were camping out at the Badlands, the Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and it was from groundhogs. They know it. They found it. They got it. Groundhogs. Yeah, they have them blue laws. They have to have so many laws to become a state and a city and stuff. So they put these stupid ones on there. It is kind of crazy. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that, Jennifer, everywhere. I believe Philadelphia, there was a law you're not allowed to sing in a shower or something like that. It's just crazy. But they have to have so many laws to become a legal state or something. Well, Reagan, we have to remember that. We shouldn't do it. Also in Philadelphia, or somewhere in Pennsylvania, I believe there was a law that said if you were driving a car and you came to a corner, one law I read said if you came to a corner, you have to shoot 2 shots in the air with a shotgun to warn any horses coming by. And another one said that if you came to a corner and you saw a horse coming, you had to park your car on the side of the road, disassemble it, cover it with something like a tarp, so it wouldn't scare the horses and stuff. It's really weird. I don't think that would have really been too enforceable, Reagan. I understand that he would have probably got in trouble or whatever. They would have tried, but I don't think it would have worked. They got more important things to do than arrest somebody for cursing in front of women and children. Jeez, reptiles, how you doing? Did you do an unboxing, Jay, or something? Because if you did, I have to go and watch it. I haven't been on YouTube much today. I only seen a couple things. Like, have you guys seen Maniac Morphs? What's up? Bad Choice Noah's video today? Because I believe somebody in here yesterday was talking about tokay geckos and how, and that's a good video to watch when Eric gets bit by that tokay. It shows you how hard they bite. Is that an older law, like a really old law, or is that a new one to prevent the driverless cars from going above 60 miles per hour? Oh, dude. I almost fell. I laughed so hard I fell off my chair. It was hilarious when I seen him get bit by that. It wouldn't let go. That was so funny. Yeah, Reagan. They have cars that drive with nobody. They have cars that will drive with no driver in the car. You wonder if somebody was thinking of the vehicles that they got now that have no drivers in them. A person was just killed a few months back by a car in Arizona that had no driver in it. It was one of them driverless cars, and it hit somebody crossing the street. Hmm. Interesting. That's funny, Reagan. Excuse me, guys. I still got a little mucus in my throat for some reason. It's just getting to me a little bit. I think I got a little bit of a cold or allergies, but it's pretty crazy outside right now around here. All right, Jennifer, thank you for stopping in, and hope you feel better. And remember, we're behind you 100% on this no smoking. That's a problem. I can see it. Lacrosse. I've been to Lacrosse. I've been to a lot of places in Wisconsin. I mean, a lot. I've been to Eclair, Lacrosse. Next time I'm driving through, Jennifer, I'll have to hit you guys up. Yes. Yeah. Now, is that lights in general on there, or is that only lights if they're lit? And can I ask you a question, Justin? Do you live in, is that San Diego, or that's what that stands for, SD, right? Yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody should have lights up that long. Well, you got to have Christmas in July. Do you ever get snow there? If you don't get snow, why would you even want the? Of course, it could be South. That's what I was thinking. I was like, if that's South Dakota, even though you said San Diego, I would have to fly down there and check you out if you were down there. Check out your stuff, your collection. You gotta have Christmas in July. I think if you have lights up that annoy your neighbors, you should be fined more than $250. I've seen some of these wacko people do these crazy Christmas lights. Lucky. Wow, that's crazy. The last measurable snowfall for here today. I mean, it's crazy outside right now. It's like a winter wonderland. You still in here, Jeff? Snow, snow, snow. Yes. It's a lot of snow. And it's still snowing. I'll tell you what the temperature is outside right now. I will tell you. I will just show you. If you guys can see it, that's 2 below zero. What do you mean your dad's not coming up? I'm at the North Pole there, Justin. Right south of the Claus house, right up over the hill here. Oh, I'm sorry, Reagan. No, DW, I don't. You think I do, but I don't. But you think I do. What makes you so confident I do? Because I sent you a letter with a sticker in it with a return address on it. That don't mean I live there now, does it? I could put a return address of anywhere on a envelope if I want. Norway, not Sweden. I am 60% Norwegian, 18% Irish, 2% something else. I can't remember what it was. I had that ancestry DNA testing done. And I got it somewhere. I got to figure out what it is. Like 2% northern. No, I don't live in America. I live in America. English, French, and Vietnamese. That's all good. Irish. You are Irish. Am I right? By chance? You're het Asian. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Born to drink and fight. I'm going to say that's Irish. Good with money, which means you're probably Jewish. I'm not stereotyping anybody here, by the way. And play with ovens. That must mean you're German. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to, I'm not. I don't know. Irish, Scottish, Jewish, and German. There you go. Was I close? I was close. Except the Scottish part I got wrong. But Scottish, Irish, they're pretty close. So I was pretty close there. You're Hungarian. Very cool. That's good. Now, do you drink, fight, good with money, and play with ovens? Icelandic. It's kind of. You're a Heinz 57. A little bit of everything, huh? Now, Icelandic is got a lot of Norwegian background, also Viking background, I guess you could say. Viking, yeah, that's what I'm Norwegian. I'm, like I said, 60% Norwegian or 63% or something like that. It's crazy. Yep. Oh, that's like my son David. He's 6'5". My I have cousins and stuff that are 6'6", 6'5". Well, I'm glad you're a recovering alcoholic, because my grandfather, where and my dad's side, where all the Irish comes from, yeah, he was an alcoholic, and he drank 2 5ths of whiskey every day, all day. That's what he did. He drank whiskey all day. He was never mean, not nasty, not nothing. He just drank. Well, my dad would take him to work when he was retired. Before he retired, my father would take him to work. And he would take, as he was taking him to work, he would say to my dad, "You got to take me to this corner first." He would go to that corner to be bar. My grandfather would get out. He'd be 5 shots of whiskey and a beer. Boom. And he goes, "Now, when you take me, don't go right there. You got to go to this corner." He would do that to like 10, 15 bars. And they would have it already set out before you even got there. 5 shots and a glass of beer, all of them. Then he would go to work and have his whiskey in his pocket. Lightweight, yeah. Well, to him it wasn't a lightweight, but he didn't buy no cheap whiskey either. He may have even drank more than that for all I know, but I know at least 2/5 of whiskey a day. Yep, that's what happened. But he just never missed a day of work. Was good at his job. Uh, Made sure his family had what they needed. They all ate. They all had clothes. They all had a house. Never had any problems like that. That's the way he was. He was, what was it, a functioning alcoholic? That's good, Reagan. That's very, very good. Yeah, that's a good. All right, then I guess he wasn't an alcoholic. He just drank all the time. Yeah, I suppose, and that would be tough because then you got to deal with all that, and then I could see why you had to go to a meeting. Sorry about what? You don't have to be sorry with me about nothing, Stevie. I don't even know what you're saying sorry for. What about my dad? Congratulations, Black Bolt. It was my grandfather, Stevie, if you're talking about the alcoholic. It wasn't my dad. My dad used to take him to places. Yeah, I would be very. Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. After I thought about it, I should have thought. But yeah, I'm sorry, Stevie, if I was, if I was talking though and you didn't hear me. It was my grandfather, but my dad took my grandfather everywhere. My dad's, all his uncles were alcoholics. Oh, she's an NA. Yes. Yes, Justin, I've said that to my kids, and I said, if you're even out somewhere and there's a party somewhere and you're drinking, instead of getting in a car, you have a cell phone. Call me. I will come and get you, and I won't be mad at you or nothing. I'm not gonna, we'll talk about it later. We won't, but I would rather you call me than take your chances of getting behind a wheel or getting in the car with somebody. Well, DW, king snakes are colubrids. Hognose snakes are colubrids. So yeah, I've got colubrids. David Theory, what's up? I used to have corn snakes, but I do not have corn snakes in my collection at this time. And I'm probably not going to get corn snakes because I'm not a real big fan of rat snakes unless it's a tiger rat snake, which is cool. But there are certain kinds of colubrids I would like to get, which are like the indigo snakes, things like that. You have cornflakes. Psycho. You're so funny, man. I have a flask around here somewhere. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. It's right here. How about you, DW? Do you happen to have any colubrids? Any types of colubrids in your collection? I used to have hunter and milk snakes. I used to breed them. Yes, they are, and they're a corn snake is a rat snake. It's just a red rat snake. But yes, it is a colubrid. So is a there are, I believe, uh, now don't quote me on this, but I do believe that like boom slangs might be in the colubrid family, and there's a few others like that. I'm not 100% sure no more because they change stuff around so much. I haven't checked it out, but I love Honduran milk snakes. I used to breed them. I used to breed snows and albinos, things like that. I like Honduran milk snakes. I also used to breed Sinaloan milk snakes, and to me, Sinaloan milk snakes are the most beautiful of all the milk snakes because of how bright their red is. They're even more bright. Their red is more intense and deep and rich in color than Nelson's milk snakes. And I can look at two snakes. You can put a Nelson's milk snake and um, a Sinaloan milk snake in my hand, and I could tell you the difference by just looking at them without even anything. What did you have them in for mice? Just asking, Reagan. Brian's two-headed snake died. It was very, very sad. But would you like me, Jeff, to tell you something that an old timer told me 35 years ago with that had two-headed snakes and had told me a little secret to them? And when they're real little like that, number one, you have to check out, you have to make sure, because when they form, they could have defects inside. Yeah, see, plastic tubs for mice, you have to get really super durable plastic. I don't know. I'd keep mice probably in an aquarium until you got like a true breeder mouse rack of some sort. Yeah, he's getting another, but already a well-established adult one, or or sub-adult, or something like that. Yeah, I would keep them in an aquarium. Oh, it's 3 years old. Yeah, but here's what I've well established. Here's what I was told by an old timer who started breeding things back in the 70s, I believe, early 70s. But anyway, he told me this 34 years ago. It's the guy that I got the pet store from. And he said, a trick with a two-headed snake. And you might not think this is important, but it is, he said. When you have a two-headed snake, if it starts eating on its own, you have to feed both heads. And I said, why is that? He goes, because if you feed one head all the time and it's the same head every time, the other head goes through a psychological, he called it he was a very smart man, this guy. He was like a genius, but he said they go through a psychological depression where they mentally think they're not eating and they think they're starving to death. And once that head goes, once that other, this is just the way he explained it to me. Once the other head thinks that, it can die. And if it dies, the whole snake dies. And he says, and that's, yeah, they think they're hungry, and that's what happens. So he said, every other feeding, you have to feed one head this side. You have to remember which side ate it. Then you have to feed the other head the other side. You have to feed the other side. And if you don't do that, he said he used to have a lot of two-headed snakes. And he said, if you don't feed both heads, the snake will die. If you feed both heads, one head one time and one head the other time, chances are, if it starts taking food on its own, it will survive. Yeah, that could very well be. And even though they're connected, I I would believe that they would probably have an independent stomach. Now he told me that if you don't feed them both, chances are it's not going to live. And a lot of people will feed just one side because the one side, the head's usually sticking out further, or the one head usually eats, and then they just keep feeding out one head side. The other side dies, they die. That's what happens. And he said, you feed both. Otherwise, you're going to have a trouble and they're going to die. And I don't know how many people know that or not, but that's what he said. And he was very successful at raising two-headed snakes. So I took his word for it. So if you guys ever get one in your collection somehow or hatch one out, always keep that in mind when uh, when it comes time for feeding. Every other feeding is every other head, like that. And now with Brian, I don't know if he was feeding both heads or just one. And that would be funny. But every time Becky and I were watching him with his snake, now I like Brian. He's a very great guy. I like him a lot. I've talked to him. He's a very nice guy, Brian Barczyk. Uh, but Becky was always saying, I wonder if he's feeding the other head. And I said, I don't know. And she goes, you should call him and tell him to feed the other head. I was like, no, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it forever. And then Becky would always say it would, that would come up dead. Like with his corn snake that died right before this one. And then Becky would always say, see, he probably wasn't feeding the other head. And then another thing that I saw that upset me and I felt I could have intervened somehow was his two-headed turtle, Rick and Morty. When he set that aquarium up and it was I said he should put a pole in there with holes in it. Otherwise the turtle, being the size of a quarter, is going to get stuck on top of the suction and die. And sure enough, that's what happened. And Becky goes, you should have called him on the phone. And I says, I should have, but I didn't. I thought, I really thought that he would do that. So I'm taking it upon myself when I see somebody making a mistake, I'm going to tell them, you know. He was always, yeah, see, I didn't pay much attention if he was always feeding the same head. What do you mean too deep, Reagan? I am gift bearer. Forgot to say hi to you when you came in. Yes, I will see you later, DW. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. Yes, that's what I said. No. Rick and Morty were in there, and he had that pipe in the bottom that sucked the water down to go into the filter. The turtle got stuck to it and drowned. It wasn't that the water was too deep. Because you look at this, Reagan, turtles that are born in the wild, these lakes are 20, 30, 40 feet deep sometimes. But it was the suction. And what he should have had is a tube that went all the way up with holes drilled in it that let the water in instead of getting sucked to the top. Merca. Peace out, DW. I'll see you later. I hope you join us tomorrow again. Another thing I think happened is that he got all excited with the whole opening of the zoo thing. And I could see, mistakes happen. It happens, you know. That could be a probe problem. Do you think? Maybe you need to buy the Herbstat 2. Do the probes come unplugged in the back? Maybe you need a new probe. Yeah, did it get stuck or something? And another, if they can't get up on something dry, they can drown too. Because if they have to swim 24/7, it wouldn't be good for them. Well, 95. Well, the temp of the heat tape might be reading 95 because the tub is plastic. It's like an insulator, so there's a difference between the tub and the tape itself. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I always get temp guns. I'm always checking the temperatures with a temp gun. But I know the tub will add a layer of insulation, so the temperature might vary between the tub and the heat tape itself. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they draw it draws electricity to run the other output, and maybe it drops the temperature summers, drops the output of the, and makes it change like that, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have one, so I couldn't answer that one. What do you mean it didn't get to the top fast enough? Something had to prevent it. Something had to hold it down, or something for it to drown like that. Because the turtle should be able to sink to the bottom and come up and breathe. I think I need a new one because mine's starting to act up a little bit. Yeah, Joy, it's freaking snowing. Join the club there, Theory. We got a foot of snow out here already. It's crazy. And it's still snowing strong. Completely crazy. Yeah, funny, Black Justin. Funny, Justin. Yeah, what it does is it creates it a little weaker because there's resistance going through it, and just to draws it, points the input down a little bit. I'm sure that's all it is. Keep an eye on it though to make sure that it doesn't like fluctuate and shoot back up. But if you take temps all the time, you should be fine. So I don't think it's a major issue, but you should contact Hertzstat too and see what they say. Maybe that's a common problem that they have. Because I'd hate to see you have a situation that could be dangerous or something. Same here, Theory. Same here. You would think, but maybe they didn't think that far ahead. I don't know. I don't have one, so I couldn't tell you. I don't. I'm not fortunate enough to have one, but maybe if I'll work on getting one. Maybe. I heard they're good. I heard they're good, but the times twos right there ain't that where you can plug two in, right? Okay, two probes, yeah. It's one of those ones you don't dare move, Justin? I was feeding them mouse pinkies for the one, and then I know not mouse, rat pinkies for the one. I'm sorry, and then appropriate sized rats for the. They were both eating appropriate sized rats. You just have to judge what size you use. But I didn't never feed mice, so I breed rats. That's what they got. Well, guys, we're going on 2 hours here almost. I think I'm going to hop off. I will see all you guys tomorrow if any of you pop in here. At least I hope you guys pop in here. Justin, I am Gift Bearer, David, Reagan, Slash. And anyone else who I have missed. I would like to say thank you guys all for Stevie, everybody. Thanks for stopping in here, Ed. If you're still in here, if you're doing things. So peace out, everyone. Oh yeah, that's what we're here for. We're gonna help everybody. Everybody helps everybody. I might have questions. Everybody can have questions, and we'll work it out together. That's all we can do. So, everybody, thank you all for coming in here. David, I would like you to text me if you can about what we were talking about last week, and if you got any information. I'm just curious. I just like to, All right, guys. Peace. Jeff, if you're in here, peace out, buddy.